Boxing King Media in association with Boxer, heavyweight 5-0 Jeremiah Dreamland Milton, all the way from Las Vegas. Going to start with your fight. You were supposed to fight on the Jake Paul card, August 6th. Paul Rockman, it fell through. The fight didn't happen. Tell me, man, how are you finding getting over that? Because that's going to be frustrating, that.
You know what? It's a roller coaster as far as like just having those ebbs and flows, those ups and downs. Like, yo, I'm getting ready, you know what I'm saying? Plane ticket is in, you know what I'm saying? The idea, all the work has been done. And then, boom, you know what I'm saying? You dropped and now you just got to make your next move. So like everybody that was super excited, my mom, she still had tickets. So she's out in New York. You know what I'm saying? My people, that come to see me, the few that could make the travel, yeah, you take it in strides, but it is part of the game, you know what I'm saying? It's not the first time, this has happened, but I can't say with like Jake Paul, like paying the undercard and making that happen, he gave, half of the purse, still to everybody that was fighting. It doesn't feel like, all is lost in the sense that, yeah, the opportunity is no longer there for the Garden at the moment. But, like at least I can recover a little bit on my end that goes into, the build up.
Yeah, man, that's I think most fighters who've been in your situation can understand your frustration, but the backlash to that as well, like you said, you've got family members who've got tickets to New York. They've obviously had to fly out. They'll enjoy a week at the Big Apple. But when did you find out first? And I think when Jake originally announced, it might have been the Friday or Saturday before. Did you find that at the same time?
Yeah, literally, it was that Saturday. My team reached out to me, and just my manager called me, Mike. He was just like, "Yo, yeah, the fight's off." And then, like, 30 minutes later, that's when like ESPN and everybody else started breaking the headlines. And so, yeah, my phone was rattled up. You know what I'm saying? People blowing me up, asking me questions, and I was like, "Yo, I know just as much as y'all know." But yeah, we was like, well, maybe it might around, but like, nah, Rockman didn't make the agreed upon weight, and yeah, that was it.
I'm guessing you know Hassim. You must have spent some time with him. What do you make of that whole situation of him? He eventually ended up making the weight on Instagram Live. I think he was still a couple of pounds over the unagreed weight. What would you make of all that?
Yo, it's embarrassing, bro. Like I don't understand why he got on there just to miss weight on the live. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he could have like paused the camera for like 2 minutes, checked the weight, and then did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He thought he really was gonna make that weight, but I figured he wasn't gonna make the weight only because him being a heavyweight, the short amount of time it was. I still don't agree with him signing it if you knew you wasn't gonna make the weight. You're a heavyweight at that. You need a campaign of heavyweight. And yeah, so I mean, really just kind of wasted everybody's time in a sense, I'm not saying that he wasn't doing what he needed to do to get there, but come on, man, you know like what's in the contract is in the contract. So do what you got to do to get there.
I just want to cover the bit about Jake paying you half the purse. It's very rare. You don't normally hear stories like that. So just talk us about that. How was that arranged? Did he ring you up straight away, like the week before, saying that you'll get paid half the purse, or has that just happened in the last few days?
Nah. I mean, it kind of just came about. Like I said, I've been in this situation earlier this year. I was planning to fight on Showtime, and yeah, it was just like too much was going on for me to get the card went through, but my bout got scratched. And so like what happened was, you put money into, what I'm saying, your uniform, what you're gonna wear, the production of it, not just talking about the hours training, driving back and forth to the gym, trying to get about, trying to eat right. That's its own, what I'm saying, its own beast, but like like I say, I'm putting money forward to get money back out and get the exposure that I need, to constantly build and bring in more traction. And yeah, next thing you know, like, yeah, the fight is off. So I'm like, yo, here this situation is again, what I'm saying, which I was banking on that money. And now I'm like, yeah, readjustment. But yeah, next thing you know, I figured Jake, and I'm like, if I'm just looking at it, of course he got to figure out things on his side. you know. So like it wasn't no like, oh, immediately like I'm gonna give you guys, you know, this half the purse. I think it just came about, you know, once he figured out like, yeah, he's not actually fighting, and you know, he got to figure out his next move. You know, that's a you know, we are a big cog and a little cog at the same time. The undercard, you know what I'm saying? We're the opener to the show, um, but at the same time, it's like I know everybody was losing money, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, from a fighter's perspective, like I say, I ain't sitting on a bank. I'm not sitting on a big bank to where I could just be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know, I'm counting all my little chips, you know? So,
But does that money just come straight out of Jake Paul's own pocket?
yeah, hey, I
Because
don't know where
there's a
it's
lot of
coming.
fighters to pay. There's a lot of fighters to pay, and I think it's important fans realize and appreciate what he's done. It's very rare.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, however he done, you know what I'm saying? Whether because it wasn't him ring me up directly, you know what I'm saying? It's MVP Promotions, his whole team, you know what I'm saying? The people he got behind him, however they pulled that off, um, yo, it's very honorable, man. Cause I mean, like, I ain't heard of it in my little short career being done in boxing. And I don't know, like, you know, how many times it's ever happened to anybody else. Usually like, oh, we ain't making no money, nobody's making money, you know. Top level guys, low level guys. Just the nature of it.
Definitely, man. Well, credit to Jake, and I think it's important fans give him a bit of respect for that because he does get a lot of shit. The other thing I want to ask you is, I saw a picture of you or a video recently. You met Deontay Wilder. Is he back in the gym? You know, tell us what your conversation was like with the man himself.
Yeah, man. The conversation with me and Wilder, we spoke for about 20, 30 minutes. You know, I think that was a link up that was, you know, destined to happen one day. You know, I share a lot of respect for what he's accomplished and what he's done and the eyes he's brought to the sport and the heavyweight division. You know, he's one of those characters. He's representing the United States, small town country guy like myself. You know, with just a very uh, a very loving spirit about him, you know what I'm saying? And big energy. Like, you know, so he's out here training in Las Vegas right now with, I believe he's working with Don House at the moment. Don House, you know, a very reputable coach himself. You know, there have been talks where maybe like I come over there and work with them maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that while he's here. He was very open to me and allowing me to, you know, actually become, you know, come into his camp if that might be an opportunity for me that I might take up. So yeah, you know, he was in high spirits. You know what I'm saying? He was just talking about, you know, the reason why, because he's made so much money in the sport, he don't really need to be doing it.
Mm.
But you know, like the people that he inspires, myself included, and you know, people he's inspired along the way, it's a constant reminder that, you know, no matter what, you're always somebody's always looking up to you and they're rooting for you. Actually, you know, they built him a statue up in the city. You know what I'm saying? And I know that was a big moment for him. So I mean, the man got the heart, he got the passion, he got the spirit. That's not going to die in him. So like, you know, I think he's expecting the ring return pretty soon.
He hasn't officially said anything. There's only rumors online suggesting he'll fight Robert Helenius next. Has he pretty much confirmed that he is 100% coming back to the ring then? To you?
I mean, yeah, in our conversation, he didn't sound like a defeated man. He sounded like somebody who is now, you know what I'm saying, entering into a new phase of his life. You know, in his love for the game, you know what I'm saying? He said he's not done, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they gotta figure out logistics. You know, I can't speak on that stuff, but the man is getting ready.
Brilliant. And then you mentioned of his weight because he looks like he's lost a lot of weight. Did you notice that in him, or is that just the camera angles?
Uh well, I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, that was my first time actually seeing him outside of. I mean, he was pretty bulked up for the Fury 3 fight. That was the biggest he ever weighed in at even. And you know, from my personal experience, I was at that fight, but I was a good distance away. I mean, they both looked pretty big, and you know, looking at him, you know what I'm saying. He didn't look too big actually. I mean, I thought he was kind of like you know, maybe a little bit slimmer at the moment. You know, I don't know what he's been doing, training, you know, detoxing his body, getting his mind right. But it's still Wilder, man. You know, he'll be what he needs to be.
Definitely, man. And you've obviously sparred Fury, you've done Dubois, amongst many heavyweights, and I'm sure you want to taste that Wilder power. You see what all the fuss is about as well. And
yeah, now at least I gotta know it. You know what I'm saying? I've traveled the block, you know, Frank Sanchez's, Joe Joyce, Luis Ortiz's, you know what I'm saying? Like, might as well, you know what I'm saying, see what's with Wilder, you know. But you know, I love that opportunity.
I forgot to ask you, has Wilder seen your viral knockout? Did you get to show him the knockout?
I did show him the knockout, man. He asked me why I didn't punch him again, man. Yo, he's like, man, that's a fatality moment, man. You know, hey, no regret, no remorse. I'm like, yo, chill, bro. Like, he's like, yo, hit him again. What you doing? I said, ah. You know what? But it's perspective, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But that's his energy, man. Like he is willing to go in there, and like you say, he's willing to go in there and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, shifting gears a little bit. You know, that sounds so dark, but I mean, you know what? The man has proven it. You know what I'm saying? He was taking shots. You know what I'm saying, and coming right back. You know, and to go out on the shield the way he wanted to go out. You know, so if he willing to do that, you know what I'm saying, imagine what he willing to do to you. You know what I'm saying, to avoid getting took there. You know, so yeah. I mean, it's the sport. It's what we all know. It's part of the game. But yeah. He was wild when he seen him knockout. He liked it. He liked it. He loved that motherfucker. But at the same time, he like hit him again.
That's interesting. That I couldn't expect anything different from Deontay. So, and just finishing up on yourself, Jeremiah. Have you got another fight date?
Yeah. So I'm returning home to Top Rank on August 27th, and that'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So they're doing a lot of heavyweights on that card, actually. I've been sparring with F.A. Ajagba, who's also on the card. I believe Jared Anderson be on the bill. Richard Torres is on the bill. Trey Lippy Morrison's on the bill. So a lot of heavyweight actions, you know, a lot of knockouts coming, a lot of things for you look and do your little comparisons, be like, all right, what are you looking like? You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing my part right now, so I can stand out. You know, it's my city.
A lot of people going to Dreamland on that night by the sounds of it.
That's it.
That's good, man. It's nice catching up with Jeremiah, and I wish you all the best on your fight date, and we'll catch up real soon, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.